Dyer's turn to ban.
Luna.
Ten seconds. Radiant's turn to ban. Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Radiant's turn to ban. It's Dyer's ban now. Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Dyer pick. Radiant pick.
Puck.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds left.
Dragon Knight.
Choose your hero or something. Prepare for battle!
Единственный, кто может меня победить, это я сам.
Делай.
This makes
А когда не
absolutely no sense.
Делай. А когда не делали?
"30 seconds to showtime! If you're not already heading somewhere, now's the time to start." Pay attention now! The battle started!
And Somnus going to be playing a very different game compared to the previous one. Necrophos, you're just constantly in their faces, and they're sort of like dealing with you and trying to damage you the whole time, and you're just healing through it. Somnus now has to play a little bit more of the cat and mouse game of just don't get caught.
Yeah, one catch and he's dead. All three cores have a way to stun you for multiple seconds, and Chrono and stun from the two other strength cores, and the subs have really high damage. The Dark Willow has damage on the DK stun, the Phoenix has Sunray for damage, so anytime he gets caught, he might die if FY is not there to save him.
Well, the other thing that I can sort of talk about here as well is going to be, a lot of people talk about the new type of DK build, and people thought that it was you that ran it first, Gunnar, but you told me that it was actually Moo. This was originally Moo's build, the Manta Aghanim's. Do you think it's a good game for it here?
Yeah, it was something that we cooked up together, and so he told me to buy it, and I bought it first, so we both take mutual credit for that.
Okay,
but,
good.
The Manta, I think, is really good for how the meta plays out right now because it's very slow, it's hard to hit high ground.
Oh.
Fairy Fire.
Not even
It's
close.
okay.
Sorry, observer.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Keep them on their toes.
And so,
Thanks and have fun.
Brent, that is on you. Unbelievable.
It's debatable.
Somnus is going to go down. Level 3, DK finding that kill. Interesting.
this is looking hard. The puck game where he got kind of picked earlier is also really bad. The puck also died, I think, 3 times. That in the laning stage to ganks to the Void Spirit, so puck I think has started to get more value because of the Axe build that people have been cooking up. And now that it's getting countered with, the standard counter from back in the day, it's kind of one of those things where when you counter the meta with the off meta hero like puck, you feel really good because people are still picking meta. But then when they adapt to it, it might not be as strong.
Now, it's a decent point there as well if they're having to make that adaptation and it's still working out for them. And so far, it's absolutely wrecking mid.
Perhaps the most terrifying adaptation is seeing the confidence of FY to give someone else Tusk in this game.
It surprised me.
That's so
I
much
was not
pressure on
expecting
Tian Ming. Like, can you imagine FY is just like, you will play Tusk.
You missed a snowball save.
Yeah, you missed one. That's it.
They're off for forever. No, FY wanting to try the new tech, though, on that Muerta. Which, to be fair, I feel like if you're going to give a lot of net worth to somebody in this game on the supports for Azure, I'd want it to be the Muerta. That hero seemed ridiculous at various points.
Yeah, FY and Muerta as well. He plays pretty much like a carry. He ends up taking over the map in the early game. He goes like Atos, constantly gets catches across the map, gets kills. And the second that you feel scared of him, he just farms. And then he gets a Gleipnir or Shadow Blade, and then he starts becoming just a regular carry.
Well, up top, in trouble. Tian Ming gonna go down.
Like I said.
Well played. 2 kills already at this early going. Pure did take some damage from that one, but so far, things going better for BetBoom, particularly these mid lane matchup where, God, Somnus is just taking a beating. GPK is in his face.
That's a bit of a tough one there. Now the Muerta doing work, so looking on getting some scaling there. Helps them chalice for the kill. And likewise, though, of course, they do have this Willow for save. So it's a very similar idea heading into that late game. We have scaling forwards that can get to this crazy amount of damage where they suddenly become another ridiculous core in this match. So You don't necessarily feel super great. Oh, easy.
Wow.
Going late to try the team, in a sense. You know, there's terrifying things on both sides.
Yeah, both supports to buy a minus.
Oh, perfect.
So we can have a fun game incoming.
You love that for that. Great.
Oh, see, now that's one thing. The Tusk Dawnbreaker doesn't care about Shadow Realm. Luna, not so lucky. Nothing you can do there.
That's a good point. Something that will be an issue for them as this goes on. Nightfall somewhat low in this bottom lane. Needs to be careful about a salvo of skills coming out. If they manage to find the Colleen in a good position with Chalice, it could be a burst potential, but obviously he'll be aware of that and playing measured and pretty far back, I would imagine.
I think the first big move we're going to see is the Tusk probably will rotate on this 5 minutes each bot. They'll take the gate, kind of do a little wraparound on the Phoenix.
Oh, well, go on the Phoenix early. The dead shot's there. It's not enough for the kill. Did use a lot of the mana there in those heroes.
Thomas is getting bullied mid.
Yeah, that is really feeling like the story of the match. Doubled up on CS. 11 denies, too, is the one that really hurts. And
Level 6 already to 4.
Level 6 to 4.5. Oh.
Yeah, that hurts. I mean, we saw this tower go down really early on, and I guess this has kind of been, you know, the turnaround that they're hoping for. Give GPK a better lane.
And the nice thing is the supports on Azure don't really have the damage to chew through a Dragonite in this early game, so even if they come mid, they don't have the coil, they don't have the damage, and you can just hit the tower for free.
Oh, nice play. Double Bramble, and then pulls him into another one. Tianming low. Will it be enough for the kill, though? Slowed and needs to get range, needs to get vision, hides behind it. Now the Luna keeps him alive. Instead, they turn onto Lul. Tianming doesn't die. Oh, wait a minute. I have spoken too soon. He doesn't die, but the Luna did.
It's even worse.
Yeah,
he tries to help his buddy out.
A Bramble left too.
Oh, man.
The big thing for mid, the 6 room.
Covering it already. GPK there. Going to be an invis taken away, so no refill for Somnus.
He's just trying to farm these waves and not die ever so desperately.
I'm so scared for him.
Dun 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 dun
Oh, the body block?
Got him.
He loses more than half his HP from a single stun.
Every stun.
Oh, up top, actually Trouble and Dead. Saw it there on the picture-in-picture. Managed to find the kill on Tianming in the end. Lil has to run away.
These Chaos Knight lanes, every time, it just he has so much sustain, so much go, just a stun. He has a pull, he has everything just built into his kit in the early game. And so last game was kind of nullified because he was versus such a strong lane in the Dawn Tusk and he was in the safe lane. Now he's the off laner and the carries are always weak.
Look at this though, they have them wearing to here with the Phoenix in behind 3v3.
Making a move, anticipating this, and Pure, he's in trouble, but still, they lose Lil, and Pure gets away. Oh, this is not what Azure were hoping for. More people brought in from BetBoom. Every early move has been into their favor, and this is on the top of GPK. He's taking this tower at 7 minutes again.
Yeah,
Not even 6 yet.
Yeah, the kills went the way of BetBoom in the first game as well, but it was not this devastating of the lane.
Dude, just swipes them down. GPK is having a hell of a game.
How does that even work?
All right, first DK game of the tournament, but hopefully not the last, it looks like.
Dyer's doing
Looking
that
that way.
glowy thing. Yeah.
Great game. He's going to get this Blink Dagger online. The Dark Willow will probably get to take mid now. He'll probably rotate top on the Dragonite. Dark Willow takes mid, gets an early 6. And then with the Bedlam and the Blink Dagger, they just get kills across the map off cooldown.
The last time he was meta, she couldn't just put Bedlam on top of him. You know, that's pretty cool. Nice new combo that he gets to try out here on the Dragonite.
Yeah, it provides so much damage without committing the Dark Willow. And you can just pre-click it on the Blink, have an instant burst, and every hero will die to that in the early game.
Especially this poor Puck here.
Especially the poor Puck.
Just figure out what he needs to go for, because right now Puck has queued up Treads because he's that far behind, but then the Witchblade too, which is obviously what we've seen a lot from Puck when he gets played. But in this game, that's going to be a long window where these instant stuns can wreck him. So Somnus is going to have to play around some dangerous territory.
Certainly feels like a lot of space is going to be opening up here for Nightfall as well. You know, his last hits aren't too ridiculous or anything, but it's going to be very hard to try and pressure him and also give Somnus some sort of a game.
He shows for a second, and GPK walks over towards him and says, yeah, you're not getting any of these last hits.
I do like the switch that they did in the draft on side of BetBoom, where instead of the CK just tanking this Dawn Tusk lane, they move the CK to off lane and they pick a Void, which is even better. You have pretty much no pressure, so the Tusk moves to 5.
Yeah.
Because they know they can't pressure the Void with the Ice Shards. And you know the CK will have a good lane too. So now, pretty much instead of last game where let's say they had 2 losing lanes, or an even lane and a losing lane, now they have 2 winning lanes. And so their lanes are so stable now that even last game, they were at the same kill score. They were 6-1 at this point in the game, but they didn't have this gold loot.
Yeah, and they were the ones losing towers.
Yeah.
You know, you had this Pugna just running around, knocking things down.
Radiant
Now
are
they have the Dragon
scanning
Knight.
for
Yep.
enemies.
So everything's kind of flipped in the side of BetBoom, I would say, except for the kills. The BetBoom still have the kills, so everything just going BetBoom's way right now.
Well, they have this Chrono here, too. Kind of threatening a bit, but in behind is Tian Ming on the Tusk.
They go for one, tries to find Nightfall. He's, ooh,
Has
wait
a jump.
minute. Still manages to get some separation there. And with Save showing up, it should be enough to run down Tianming, who does get rooted
Dire's
again.
middle
Sure,
tower
go
looks
for
to be
it.
Yeah,
disintegrating.
Hart doesn't want to commit in, didn't have actually the Tomahawk back up anyway, so no options here. And now Somnus, maybe with some weakened heroes, could find something. Has an arcane rune here, too.
Blessings
Desperate
upon
times.
loyal
Be exactly what he needs to get involved in this fight and
But-
make something happen.
But I mean, that's a Treads Blink Razor DK.
It's
Like,
not
if
gonna-
you don't know where he is, you're in so much trouble.
You don't even kill him if you know where he is.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And he already has the glove for his Midas, too.
He's so farmed.
Yeah, now I think the Dark Will is also level 6 already, so they can fight.
If they get him, that's what they needed. Nightfall goes down, dive away, but then the turn looks for one. The heal is going to be there from the Dawnbreaker, keeping him alive. Somnus in far. It's going to fall. Managed to bring down that pesky puck, and Chalice is in no man's land.
Nice.
We'll try and go for the kill on the Toronto Tokyo. Manages to find him. GDK low on mana, but you're moving in. A big DD fear pulls him back in for closer damage, and another kill, 8-3.
All right, well, Chrono goes down, and not too successful there for Nightfall, but they get the cleanup there. A mop and bucket of DK and CK show up. Stampeding Knights coming through.
Well, and of course, the big winner in all of this is going to be Lul on the other side, who, at least on the side of Azure, that gets some free time to himself. Still feeling a little bit tough for this squad in general. Save. Up close. I think that Azure just making sure that they can farm somewhat safely in this.
Stacks there for the Ancients as well, of course, with Luna on the team. Not sure if GPK has scouted those out yet. Assume he probably did with it being daytime.
Coil. Snaps it. Wants to run away. Chalice is there, and with help, that is going to be saved going down as he steps a bit too far. So Azure, another kill on the board.
These are really important. The mid lane, once you lose your tower, is really scary. You have to bring heroes to push the lane out, because if you don't, it's so much vision that you lose, so much farm that you lose. And so they do bring the right amount of heroes. They bring 3 heroes, they kill the Dark Willow who's playing too far up, and it's actually allowing them to continue the map. I think if they didn't do that move and the Dawn just went bot like normal, everything starts to crumble for them.
Yeah, they have some defensive vision there as well, sort of like help out and try and keep this puck safe, because they want to keep an eye on this DK. Knowing how frightening that can be.
I would like to see GPK make an aggressive move at some point to his top tower. I think they have the ability to take it for free almost, but he's choosing to be a little more defensive. He wants to farm this Midas. He wants to pair up with the Nightfall Midas for
Dire's
2
bottom
Midas timing.
tower's getting pushed around.
And I think they do feel confident going late. They have 3 carries effectively on all of their lanes. So the Dark Willow, we've seen Save also go carry mode in a lot of their late games. So they're not worried. They can go late game and just don't need to give these kills away
So
to the puck.
here's my question: what's a lineup where BetBoom don't feel confident going late?
I don't think
feel like
they always draft for late. That's the key.
Style.
They pick 3 cores in all 3 lanes that are all carries. Save also ends up playing a carry. Maybe, he was techies, right?
Yeah.
Can't really carry on techies. Dark Willow, though, you can carry.
Oh yeah.
So,
Toronto Tokyo plays some like mega scaling support,
Team fight,
Treant
Undying,
or
Tree.
Phoenix. Yeah.
also buys a Midas sometimes.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
Gets his eggs on tree.
here's the move. GPK smoked
Radiant
up.
are scanning for enemies.
It's about to be done with
Dire's
that
top
Midas
tower is
himself,
under
but still
attack.
willing to get a little bit
He
active.
shows himself.
Shows Lul immediately there, has it on top. The heal coming though. Will it be enough to keep alive Lul? No. PK kind of in no man's land. Snowball able to dodge a couple of spells. Somnus
Chrono.
is there. Do they have enough? The Chrono connects onto everybody. Not sure if there's actually that much damage to throw in. They drop the coil and then the fear connecting, trying to separate. Chalice dropped down low, killed by Save. And BetBoom. They take down 3. Not a single hero falls.
Everything just in sync there. Coming through. I mean, GDK, kind of a risky rotation in the sense that he had like no mana. He had to wait for wand charges or get off his second spell in that engagement, and then perfectly timed the Chrono coming through. Everything in sync for BetBoom.
Really nice rotation, taking the gate on the Void, so he was able to get a really nice chrono. It looks a little weird because he chronoed a lot of his teammates, but it breaks up the fight. A nice fear from the Dark Willow just pushes everyone back, and they have so much HP. The Dragon Knight just so far ahead. The Chaos Knight's also far ahead that this limited damage, I think, from Puck and the supports of Azure is kind of really showing in this early game.
As well as having like a Luna, right? Who
Yep.
you don't have this like, Eclipse ever early on since you're going for this like, farming build. So even if you had to manage to get off like before the chrono or something, it's not enough. You can just feel how weak the coil is. Well,
Man.
not surprising that if you're stunned once, you're dead.
I mean, and again, he's still just trying to finish off that Witchblade. Like, broke as a joke doesn't even begin to describe it for this poor old Puck right now. I mean, he's still going to be able to make things happen if they can be the first ones to get the jump, but that just hasn't been what's happening. And Tianming runs into save, will get rooted there. I mean, is going to have a snowball to try and survive a bit longer. With no help nearby, this is going to be the rundown Walrus Punch. Well, no.
Nearly.
Maybe. Tianming running. Yeah, he's got it.
Made them work for it.
Yeah, you know, more space for the cores. Get maybe one more camp out of that juke there.
Thankfully, again, they do have the Dawn, which I think is one of the better heroes at collecting the whole map, because you can always show up to any fight. But I think they really need to find a way to connect the Puck and the supports on a solo hero. They always end up finding, like, taking a more defensive fight where they get jumped first and they have to make sure they survive before they can do damage. And I don't think that's really going to work out for them right now. But if they get this jump, they get a coil on a solo Void and the Dawn ults in, they can have the damage to kill these heroes.
Yeah, it just has to be coil and Solar Guardian for sure. That'd be the only way. And the Walrus Punch, of course, will be very helpful. So that's probably what they're going to do right now. He's got 2 smokes.
Dire's bottom tower
Tank
is
here on the
under
top, so
attack.
hasn't pulled them out yet, so maybe... Oh, I see. A little bit of bottle work here. Gotta help out Somnus.
Witchblade's also finished, so it's like I would say it's their peak right now. The next like 5 or so minutes won't really give them any more strength. The blink on Puck won't really change anything. The Luna's going to keep farming, so they really need to get a kill in the next minute or two, I think, before the Dragon Knight starts to get too big for them.
Yeah, Tammy does sneak a ward down mid. Runs on through him, gets it down. Not spotted, so that's pretty huge for them.
Also,
There is vision for BetBoom here, though. Tianming goes through.
And again, going to be left behind.
But the Kobold de-warding, doing work.
Makes the work happen. They're actually going to leave him to be and instead kill the Kobold.
No!
I mean, is that like a sort of BM kill? They let you go and they come and take your Kobold instead?
You don't want to turn around. Wait.
Oh, he misses the dead shot. Good, they needed. That one hurts.
Somnus was so close as well. Now we stunned up Somnus.
Oh my goodness, they're gonna find another. Tries to jump away. FY there to help his buddy, but no! Nightfall comes in with the chrono. They're gonna bring down the Muerta to boot. 3 heroes dead, and maybe even a 4th. Chalice is caught. They're dropping the egg on the low ground. Nothing is going good for Azure in this game number 2.
Oh, I love that he doesn't even give him a chance. He just drops the chrono, catches on 2. Easy clean up there with a double. 17-4 right now for BetBoom.
BetBoom are coming in with a lot of action in this game too. It feels like whatever problems happen in the draft, this one they've completely solved it. Is it just the laning stage that sort of changed it up, or is it also the team fight towards this mid game?
Well, as a serial Puck hater,
okay,
you know, this is the problem with the hero, right? I mean, for sure, if you do get into a bad matchup, you get into a situation where you can't do anything on the map, you just feel like this giant liability. As the hero, over time, the damage hasn't scaled with the overall tankability of all heroes to the same level. So, like, you just need way more help on this hero than maybe you used to. And when you don't get that help, or if you struggle so much in your lane that you're the liability, then the game just gets really hard really fast.
I would also say BetBoom is probably one of the strongest laning teams in the world, if not the strongest. So when you give them all these counterpick lanes, you have a CK in a free lane, you have a Dragon Knight in a free lane, you have a Void counterpick lane against a Dawnbreaker. Like, what more do you want to ask for as a team? Like, you're going to win your lanes, you're going to snowball the game, and if they keep the momentum rolling, this game might not last long enough for Azure to have a chance.
But you know, these games, they have tended to manage to last long. We can't count on anyone. We have seen larger comebacks in several matches so far at TI, where I look at the screen like, oh, this game's over. This game's not looking good. You know, I take a walk around the arena, you come back, and it's swung 14K the other way. So those are the kind of hopes and dreams that Azure will be aspiring towards here.
Well, and it does feel like oftentimes those have happened off the back of solid team fights or an overextension or something else like that. And maybe that's a situation where if, you know, Nightfall whips a chrono, then you can look for some smoke play or something from Azure. But will that even need to be dropped down for the team fights to be won? Definitely feels like it's a little bit of hide and seek as Azure tried to set up to claim this bottom tier 1 tower. With Deso done on Chalice, it should finish rather rapidly.
We've also seen a lot of Luna games where the early game is a little slow, but she hits some point where she doesn't die. The new shard is really, really strong, and I think it's honestly undervalued. Even in the games, you don't feel like it's going to do that much, but it's damage reduction, and it's also just constant right clicks in a circle around her, and she's versus 3 melee cores. Assuming, you know, Dragon Knight's I'll call him a melee.
look at that. Now that is an interesting decision, as they're going to sneak right on in, and with FY pierce the veil, and of course tag team, Roche down to half HP already.
No idea.
These are the exact kind of sneaky plays you have to make, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you want to get back into a game like this. It's not so much about you having it, it's about them not having it.
Even the gold from it just matters so much. Being able to like have one core, be able to farm a little more aggressively.
They scan it, but it's a little too late.
Azure claim the Aegis for themselves as Toronto Tokyo finishes the Midas, which by the way, we're at 3 now.
Okay.
And they're all on one team.
And the other support has a Philly Stone. So yeah, there's a lot coming online. They're gearing up for the late game, even though they already have a substantial lead.
As they start moving forward here with the smoke as well, Pure, of course, having this Shadow Blade. As well as a Yule's initiation here from Save too, so anyone can be caught rather quickly.
They should have found any hero.
Yeah. Oh.
Why? Shows. Wave. That bounty rune. It's going to cost you your life.
A dominating
Second stun. He done.
I'll set you.
Void might find something top if Muerta's not a little careful. FY will be fine.
Yeah, we gotta grab the Lotuses, stack them up, get that block of cheese later.
Well,
Gunnar, is it gonna happen? Are we ever gonna get a block of cheese? Have you ever even mentioned it in one of your games? Has anyone ever been like, yo guys, I'm going block of cheese?
I think we were the first team in DPC to make a block of cheese in a game.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good.
I don't want to quote that, but we made it in one game.
Right, in one DBC match. I don't think we've had one on LAN yet.
I don't think so either. It just hurts too much to be able to not want to use them.
Oh, that's true.
Because using them matters a lot in these fights, especially for the supports, where you don't want to commit everything and they pop the cheese or the Lotus and you feel like you just wasted everything. So it ends up just being unrealistic to save your Lotuses for that long. And when the
You're
game
crushing dreams right now.
Okay.
I know, it's so...
Yeah, guys, give it like 10 more minutes and we'll get like 3 of them.
All right, I like that. Thank you.
It'll be
Appreciate it. Just
it'll be
lie
really
to
fun.
us.
Yeah,
That's what we want.
Okay.
All the Lotuses. By the way, we are now going to quickly be approaching a 4th Midas on BetBoom. Save had 4 step queued up and decided, nope, we're going the other way.
He just clicked around.
I know.
Saw his ally. It's like, oh, you guys are doing that, huh?
All right, I guess that's the
But
play.
another objective knocked down here. Nobody dying to the Tormentor as well. Very well played by Azure. Okay,
So they got the experience rune.
Yep.
So, it's usually in these situations where a team is really far ahead. At 20 minutes, they'll make a move. They'll take Tormentor, take your XP rune, and that's when the game feels almost over. You lose so much. You lose all the gold experience. You have nowhere on the map to go. They're outside your base. But thankfully, they actually take those objectives for themselves. So they keep moving the game forward. And that's what they need to do. It's just make small steps, keep playing the game. The longer until you lose, the more chance you have to win.
And it has felt like it had been almost a little passive there from BetBoom in some of these moments. Like this idea of how long GBK spent farming just the Midas in his own jungle, not rotating up top, and then not going for the super aggressive play of trying to punish the Tormentor in the Wizard Room at 20 like we have seen several teams do. It is really interesting. They kind of just controlled. You're seeing them buy all these Midases. Feels like they kind of have this mindset of just chill. I really don't want to give them any opportunity here on Azure.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the other thing, too, is that, yeah, it's an 8K gold lead. In terms of fighting strength, with 0 Midases on the side of Azure, I wonder if there actually is going to be a window where they take, a solid fight with Luna Aura and all this other stuff where they can actually win it.
Yeah, you're down on Midas gold in that sense, and they have an Aura.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Whoa, they didn't see it.
Dire is scared.
Nightfall knows.
Nightfall, he knows.
Radiant's
Atos,
bottom tower
leave me
still
alone.
there.
I don't want to be here anymore. FY tries to jump away. Here's the veil. Okay, meanwhile, down bottom. Oh, they try and turn this. But the fear, the timing of that one was so nice, and they run in with the hook, immediately get stunned.
Yeah, FY just leaves.
They have the perfect answer. Somnus tries to get away, but Save is all on top of him. Pure tries to run out also, as they focus their efforts onto Lul, pull him back in, kill that hero too.
But FY lives.
FY did look.
FY.
So we're going for the positives here.
He forced a 4v4, and they tried their best.
And no chrono. Yeah, some opportunities. Unfortunately, not able to connect on what they needed, though. And it's immediately back into just choking out the lanes and pushing up here. As GBK is closing in on Aghanims extremely close. Just 300 gold away now.
It's also going to be perfect timing with level 18, which is when you really want the Ag. Because before it's okay, you get the Frost, but once you
it feels terrible.
Yeah, once you get level 4
awful.
Dragon, that's where it starts being really strong.
Giant guy, he's ready. About to have it done at that Aghanim Scepter. Of course, the other thing to watch for here is going to be that next Aegis. So 3 minutes until it's capable of respawning. Still a ways away. Don't know what it's going to be, but yeah, it's just been all BetBoom this entire game, it's felt like. Chalice? Chalice, along with Tian Ming, decides to go for the easier kill, and he dies very quickly.
I'd say wicked sick.
BetBoom. Put up.
Where do you go for Azure? It's really hard to find a really nice location to go just to farm. You don't even want to fight at this point. You don't. You never want to say like, we can kill this guy. You can't. So it's how to find ways to farm so you can kill people. I think FY is honestly doing a really good job at still being on the map, forcing out heroes, farming, but.
Oh, no, he's fine. Surely, he's fine, right, guys?
Yeah, he can farm at his tier 2. What could go wrong?
Dire's top tower is
Gonna have to
under
start
attack.
cutting some waves, it feels like, maybe, for Somnus.
It's so scary. You have to cut waves versus 3 different cores who can kill you from the fog. And support who honestly might be able to kill him from the fog and save.
Yeah, it would be
Dire's
useful,
structures
so.
are fortified.
Are you just gonna risk it? And you probably have to.
Yeah.
You have to do these moves that are just risky because if you don't, you just kind of sit back and let yourself lose.
And look how fast they're just on this as well. Like, coming back, checking out.
There's a sentry.
Shadow Blade.
Yeah, they know.
maybe it'll be
Dire's top
okay.
tower is under
With
attack.
his Invis rune.
Oh, they're bringing numbers. They want to set up onto
Dire's
pure.
top
Interesting.
tower, a tower no more.
So if he sticks around, this Invis rune might actually end up making the difference. Okay, or it won't. Or it really, really won't at all. They force rotations and then everybody runs away.
If he had gone, say, the other direction though, like he goes off to the east instead, like they probably just clean him up.
Would have been pretty cool, but not going to be the case this time. Backs out, going to jaunt away. And the call
Radiant are
is
scanning
maybe
for
push down mid a
enemies.
bit. We'll see if they get the D ward
Dire's
onto
scanning
this.
for enemies.
Yeah, they're going to move in and get it.
Trying to get sneaky though. Luna Shadow Blade out next for FY as well. Doing their best.
Maximum creep cutting available, and yeah, you can see the item that Somnus has queued up next. It's going to be that Lincoln Spear. He needs a way to not just like immediately die.
Yeah, and so the second Rosh is coming up, as you were saying earlier. And the second Rosh is that's like the game closing one. If you're going to end the game before 50 minutes, it's on second Rosh. And so Azure did a really good job at taking the first one. It was really sneaky, but I don't think BetBoom will let them get in that situation again.
No, and they obviously like cleaned it up nice and early too, so you kind of get this good timing.
Yeah, they're going to get
Second
this
one.
like 27-minute Rosh probably around, and that's a really nice timing. You can chill for
Dire's
2-3
middle
minutes,
tower looks to
and then
be
you go to
disintegrating.
30-minute siege.
Oh, he's going right for Luke. He's not even stopping. All right,
no, stop.
Monster.
Yeah, he sees the shard. He's like, okay, never mind. You know.
Meanwhile,
Radiant's
Chrono,
top
it's
tower
up.
is about to topple.
It's hunting, Nightfall. Get anybody. Chalice went up to the high ground instead, so they get some separation there. Luna's still staying farmed on this Luna. He's, right along lines with that Faceless Void, but it's the rest of his squad that just doesn't really do that much. And Puck in particular, Somnus, that has had a really tough time of it.
It's so hard to recover on this hero. I feel like when you see Pucks maximizing their net worth, it's because they have full control over their own jungle. They can do all the little double orbs, or they're like hitting every single camp constantly over and
Or
over.
they're stealing the enemy camp, so
Yeah.
even if their net worth is the same, the enemy has lower. So it just looks like they have more gold, and this game he's not really able to do anything. I think the DK pick really shut him down. Similar to the Void we saw earlier today, where they just pick these heroes that go on the puck and don't let you play the game.
That's not something that you see that often for Somnus.
middle tower looks to be
1-9-2 right
disintegrating.
now on the Tusk. And every time we see a DK, the crowd goes wild for some reason. I love it.
This was a really fast Roshan. I think it was a 6-second respawn time.
Oh, it's-
I imagine. Are they going to go through?
oh, they're thinking about it.
Imagine.
Mid lane. They're not going to do anything there. Somnus is still hanging out. Going to try and cut this wave, but
They're actually going to find it.
So one thing Azure is doing really good is they're still farming the map. FY is getting his gold. Everyone's kind of getting what they need from the map. It's not as much as BetBoom, and it's not as much as they would like, but they're not letting themselves loose. They're doing what they have to do, and just constantly.
Oh, here, the great positioning.
He jumped. He jumped. Is he dead? He's in trouble and gone. 3 heroes caught by the fear, but there is not enough follow-up. They jump in with GPK. Tries to get the stun. The damage in. Chalice there for the heal. Manta dodge. Not going to be enough. Godlike from Pure as they chase
happened
down
again.
Chalice. He
Double
too will
kill.
die. They get 1 kill, but it cost them a lot.
Double
So
kill.
Azure Ray, they will lose for BetBoom. Clear path towards high ground if they want it.
Man, this is exactly what BetBoom did in their series versus Virtus Pro. It's the exact same thing, right? Like, they have this lead, and then you think, okay, they're going to make this good play. They get this snipe, and every single time was immediately punished. Like, they're always so ready to back each other up in these games.
Also, you just know that it's the right play. That you have to punish the guy who's jumping the wave. You can't just let him get away with everything, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
They all just die, and now they're
Dire's top
basically
tower is
getting
under
pushed.
attack.
Just like that, GPK on the high ground, taking a tier 3 tower. The ultimate is going to wear out pretty soon, and you can see the amount of respect that BetBoom are having for the potential of Azure, and I guess also their confidence going into the later stages that they know we don't have to take those risks right now.
Yeah, and you can see Tammy starting to head towards that Roche pit here as it's almost 30 minutes, so it will be rotating down bottom relatively soon. There's also a DD in the river. Gonna miss that one though.
I also think there's probably some level of, in the last game, I feel like BetBoom was really close between the two teams, the whole game. Like less than 2,000 net worth for the majority of the game, but they kind of got outscaled. The fights were really hard for them to take, so they change it up, they buy all their Midases, and they're not going to let themselves get outscaled. They're going to keep farming and make sure no matter how late the game goes, they have more gold than you, and they can win the game over you.
What the Midases say.
Trying to get towards an Aghanim Scepter for himself. Azure, they see GPK, decide to jump on him to start, make them less tanky, but the chrono for the turn, and the deeps being thrown out and ripping them to shreds. They didn't stand a chance. Muerta, you're gone too.
Can't even get GPK.
Oh, baby.
No, they don't head for the Roche. They just head down the lane right now.
I mean, he is too freaking big. You think you can take him down with that Silver Edge. It's just not going to be enough. Oh, wow.
FY's back there, just firing as much damage as possible on the support Muerto, but it's not there. Just can't be enough. I mean, didn't have work, that's for sure, but
taking it down up the lane, trying to put the nail in the coffin right now. And I mean, after using the chrono, there is a window where that's not up, but they're taking the building through backdoor protection, still willing to stick around. And I mean, honestly, I don't think that there's any reason that they have to leave at all, but they're still going to play it safe.
You know, they glyph, they're coming back alive, and they got Midases.
There's a Roshan.
There's a, yeah, you know,
Midas efficiency. Yeah, the gold.
There's probably Tormentor as well soon-ish. We're in there.
Oh, man, look at this. How quickly this could have turned, but
what a chrono.
Just gets it off right in time. Wasn't able to quite get the finish there on the GPK. I thought maybe even the Luna Shard was going to do enough to take him down at the end, but just too freaking big.
Just the Sunray. It was a perfect line. All 4 Dire heroes in a line. Dragon Knight also in the same exact line. So healing all the heroes, damaging all the heroes. And Nightfall just got to sit there, hit them, and they all just died before the chrono's over.
Nightfall, you know, maybe play some Phoenix or something, helping out. Like, Contract, look, I got him. Like, I'm lined up. I'll just chrono my own teammates. It's fine.
Into the pit they go. Trying to take it down. GPK says, hey, how you doing, everybody? BKB tries to run out the root, the damage, the Sunray. It's hitting on the Lu, and there is not an answer in the world for that. They take down the Tusk and the Luna, going to claim the Aegis. FY, the dead shot, he was going to go down. This is not for you to take. They're going to also find Somnus, who will attempt to escape, but the Terrorized chase down, blink away. Tries to farm some creeps for a moment, hides behind the tree, but the stun is there. And GPK, as he's done many times in this one, is going to force Somnus to retreat. No answer at all. Aegis on the Faceless Void, and GG's called. They've had enough.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, go for one last glorious attempt there. You know there's no chrono at that exact moment in the pit, so they try and find something, but they kind of knew. And this game got out of control really fast.
This one, I mean, at 5 minutes was when the big swing happened, if you can believe it or not. 10 minutes were at like an 80% win probability or something like that. It was just a devastating beatdown from BetBoom.
I really like how they did their lanes this game. I think they had winning lane matchups for all 3 lanes, so I think the draft was really in their favor. I would say, how the game looked is how the draft was going to play out.
Yeah, not a lot of surprises there.